11 Good Energy Incorporated, based out of Canton, Ohio, manufactures and distributes an environmentally safe, clean soy-based form of biodiesel fuel called G2 Diesel. Unlike traditional biodiesel, G2 Diesel is composed of 99% all-natural ingredients.
My name is Charles Odimbwe, Executive Director for Chatham Area Transit in Savannah, Georgia. My question was, what kind of product do you have in the market that's going to help us achieve not only fuel efficiencies, but help us reduce our carbon emissions?
David Flanders, the Director of Maintenance with Chatham Area Transit in Savannah, Georgia. When Mr. Odemwe first came to me and told me about using the G2, I was skeptical about it.
When we tested the G2 diesel blend, the results actually blew our minds. We were very surprised at what came about. We didn't only increase fuel efficiencies, the buses also had a little bit more horsepower than they did.
I went through and I picked 5 buses that actually had had a lot of miles on them. They were running around 400,000 miles on the vehicles, on the engines. One of them actually had really poor fuel economy. It was getting less than 4 miles per gallon, so I picked those to kind of make it a tough test.
And during the test period, we experienced between 20 and 27% improvement in fuel efficiencies. And this is unheard of in the industry.
One of the drivers, I believe, made a comment about she could tell there was more power savings. I think I had driven one of them and it ran more efficient. It was like having more power, more pickup.
A typical transit bus is powered by a large diesel engine. In this case, the engine is an inline 6-cylinder 4-stroke Cummins ISL. G2 diesel will cause a more complete and smoother combustion in the engine cylinder. Carbon deposits can be reduced or completely eliminated depending on the amount of G2 diesel that is used. Smoother and more complete combustion also means that engine noise, common knocking, and engine stress are reduced.
When I came to Savannah, Georgia, or Chatham County, I started looking at what kind of efficiencies can I do within the system to reduce cost. And one of the first things that come to mind is, use of diesel fuel. Could we potentially have the same service on the street, but reduce the amount of fuel that we use to burn? So for me, I'm achieving 2 goals. One, I'm being a part of helping the county become the greenest county in Georgia, but also I'm positively responding to the financial or fiscal challenges by finding ways to reduce my costs. Everybody is under the same pressure. You got to do more with less. And what better way to do more with less than to use products that will help you maximize whatever efficiencies you currently have. In the final analysis, what we discovered was that we only use a 5% blend. You want the product to slowly clean your system, thereby extending the life of the engine, extending the life of your fuel lines, and so on and so forth.
Addition of G2 diesel will immediately start the breakdown and removal of sludge deposits formed in the fuel tank by the use of number 2 diesel fuel. A gradual blending process will allow these impurities to be safely dissolved and removed without hampering engine performance or creating downtime.
They were averaging anywhere from about 3.5 to 4.5 miles per gallon. After running it in there for about a month, the mileage had increased from, I think the least one was about 4.5 up to some getting close to 5.86, I think 5.85 miles per gallon. It was a pretty substantial increase.
One of the surprising things about the G2 diesel blend is that we didn't have to change anything.
We made no adjustments to the bus. We did absolutely nothing to the bus. We mixed the fuel back in the back and then just dispensed it directly into the fuel tanks.
They fueled the buses the same. They didn't have to do any special blending before the fuel. They just put the G2 diesel blend and the diesel just the way they've always done it. And we did observe that the buses with the G2 diesel blend have substantially less smoke coming out of the exhaust system. When they pull out of the garage in the morning, there's virtually no black smoke that plumes out of the exhaust when compared to the rest of the buses that have just regular low sulfur diesel.
The significant particulate reduction in exhaust will leave less carbon buildup throughout the emission system. The more G2 added, the lower the engine temperature, the less carbon monoxide, nitrous oxide, and sulfur dioxide emitted out the exhaust. The G2 cost savings can help keep jobs, maintain lines in operation, and prolong the engine life. G2 requires no retrofit and simply does not need any operational changes to implement and become effective.
Chatham Area Transit uses approximately 665,000 gallons of diesel fuel annually. What this means is, based on the results of our testing, we are looking at improving our mileage and using approximately 130,000 gallons less diesel fuel to run our system. When you project this out, you are looking at about $250,000 in savings overall. These numbers are very exciting, and we are really looking forward to actualizing these numbers in cost savings over time.